Trolls TV, where the underground meets the playground. And this is our interview with Polterchrist, Part 2.
Part 2.
So earlier we talked about the name, and although I wrote this question anyway, so even if Christian Ghost has nothing to do with anything, I'm still going to ask these questions anyways, because I wrote them and I hate wasting questions.
Yeah, right.
It's like I put up videos even if there's no
answer. Yeah, even if
yeah.
We've been in the Grimoire before. The whole most of our interview was about Santa Claus and Satan Claus or some shit. So
I know Bill's about before
you know
his work. So I have to ask you, what is your favorite Poltergeist movie? Favorite movie involving a ghost?
Favorite movie involving a ghost?
Yeah.
Well, not just Poltergeist.
Ghost?
No. You know, any movie that has a ghost in it.
The first two Poltergeists are really cool.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. Shit, Ghostbusters.
There you go.
I'm with you there. I like that.
Yeah. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Slimer. Yeah. Watching that fucking scenery eating a bunch of hot dogs. Kind of look like that thing, but it's green. Yeah, see? That's awesome.
Brian, favorite ghost movie?
Just happy.
I don't know.
Maybe Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and
There you go.
You want to make me play pop. Admit it.
I don't know.
Maybe Patrick Swayze can creep into him.
Yeah. Cut slowly and make it all nice and shapely.
What was that movie with Nicole Kidman, The Others?
Yeah, that's pretty. Where the kid was, where she was like banging the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's like that's where she had real short hair. That's
yeah.
Wait, you seen
I have that. What the hell's it called?
Yeah,
like to die for.
No, that was another. That was another.
No, he was a
teenager.
He was supposed to be the incarnation of her ex-husband. I can't remember.
Yeah, she was giving him a bath and talking to him. It was really like erotic and awful. And
his name was Sean.
I saw that last paranormal whatever movie that was out, and I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity.
Something like 3 or 4, 7 or something.
17.
Well, the first one was alright. Yeah, of course.
Birth. It was called Birth.
Yeah, that was a movie, Birth. Now you guys want to see it, right? Nicole Kidman getting on.
I own it. I'll let you borrow it.
You own that?
I own it.
Why was that good enough to buy?
It was awesome. No, it was. I got it at. You know how Blockbuster, when they were still around, used to sell their. It was like $3, and I knew she was naming it, so I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
That bin on the side we were talking about. Where it's like a bunch of shit thrown in. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. There you go.
Instead of Little Rascals, I chose that.
Now on a similar.
I am who I am. Don't judge me.
Is Little Rascals or Birth?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about.
Don't judge me. I am who I am.
Yeah. So on a similar
Alfalfa or Naked Nicole Kidman?
It's a toss-up, really, but I chose Naked Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, you might want to go that route.
Yeah,
that seems.
That's how I roll.
That's definitely.
That's how I roll.
Better than buckwheat?
Now you're twisting his arm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what about Froggy?
No. Buckwheat was way higher than Froggy. Come on.
Little Rascals. Most people don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Yeah, I can wait to see the comments. What are they talking about?
Who are Little Rascals?
Yeah, you'll have to throw the 10.
What kind of a band are they? They sound like glam metal.
I'm only watching that pedophile movie with Nicole Kidman.
They'll click on it like, why is this in black and white? What the hell is this?
Yeah. Something's wrong. I think my TV's broken.
Yeah.
Somebody adjust the color here.
Who are these stupid little kids?
I have to drink for that one still.
So on a similar note, we talked about your favorite Poltergeist movie. What's your favorite Jesus movie? That's the whole Christ thing. You're tying in.
Big Lebowski. You don't fuck with the Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's gotta be.
The Tom Hanks movie, I forget what it's called.
Jesus with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Love that movie.
Joe versus the volcano.
Joe versus the volcano. The damn iridescent lights.
Part 2 is Angels and Demons.
Big. Big.
The Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code.
The Da Vinci Code.
Right, I thought that was pretty cool.
Maria's great with trivia. So if you ever need help with trivia, just signal Maria.
Well, there's a movie, and they took it from our name, and they literally admitted they stole from us. A movie called Polterchrist, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's about Jesus coming down.
You get your ducats from that.
But he's on a murderous rampage, and he goes off and kills all sorts of people.
And oddly enough, I just said to Big Lebowski, there's something about that Polterchrist movie that guy made. He's a bowler too.
Yeah, right.
Jesus is a bowler.
Jesus is a bowler.
Have you ever seen
when he's not killing people, when he comes down from the heavens or whatever, he's not killing people. He's bowling.
Jesus would be a sweet bowler. I mean, he's got that interdynamic hole in his hand. Am I going to help us understand that?
Yeah, it's funny actually that movie when they made it, some of our fans hit him up and said, you guys, you shouldn't be calling this movie like the band Polterchrist has been this much longer. They should sue you. Blah 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 blah. And thanks. And you know, technically there's no, you couldn't do copyright infringement anyway. Like a band and a movie has nothing to do with it.
Right.
You know, so I mean, they could do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I looked into it.
And we asked them, we're like, just send us copies of the movie. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you should have told us beforehand. I was like, we would have sent you music for it.
Right.
I mean, it's like, you know, like, what the hell?
Hey,
like, you know, like, what the, you're going to have a movie called Polterchrist, at least let us give you a song.
Yeah, like, why wouldn't you be into that? Like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
And they were like, oh man, we should have thought of that, blah, 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 but we just stole it and didn't want to say anything. So we were like, yeah, that works, great.
I could go off into one of the, that I've now known, infamous tangents that you have here. We did have a music in a horror movie that came out a couple months ago called Sloppy the Psychotic.
Yeah, that was great. It actually had 2 songs in it.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it how many stars?
I don't know, it's getting pretty good.
It actually won, the soundtrack won an award for for underground, like B movie, horror movie soundtrack, whatever the hell. There's some award that it actually won. And the guy who made the movie, it's Mike
O'Mahony.
Yeah, Mike O'Mahony actually had another band, not another band, another movie called Deadly Detour. That won an award, and he's got another movie coming out now, or that he's filming now, that actually Chris, our bass player, has random parts in. He's kind of like that. You say I always run into Monty, like he's like, you know, like your guy of your life.
Yeah.
Chris
the extra in my life, yeah.
Chris, I think Chris has, that's kind of like his point in the movie.
Chris is the extra in the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like
he's always on his phone.
Yeah, he's always walking around texting. So it's like real life. It's like,
yeah,
we're at band practice.
he's always on his phone.
He's always on his phone texting. We're jamming, like, you know.
Song ends.
He posts song rule.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, he's got like, you know, we're playing a show. I think he texts in between songs, so like update people on how shit's going. You know, yeah.
He's like one of those people like, look at the crowd. He texts them, I'm on stage right now, live on Facebook.
Tag Brian, Kevin, and Joe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, hashtag.
Yeah.
Text me what song you want to hear next.
I'll get it on. Hurry up.
Or what can you tell me about Polterfight? I saw that video on your website.
That was great, too. Well, actually,
was that Rochester?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's where I'm from.
That's your stomping grounds, G.
We played it at the Bug Jar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, our buddies Advocate, they brought us up there to jam with them. We actually met them up in Rhode Island. Different story, but whatever. We're jamming. We're on stage. You're fucking, dude, it's packed, killer show. Get through like the first or second song, and there's this dude up front that's totally loving us. Like, he's this big drunk dude. But I'm playing, and he's keep coming up, and he's pulling the back of my leg. Like it's almost pulling me off the damn stage. And like the stage was really small, so the drums took up most of it. So all of us up front had like room to stand. That was it. This dude just keeps grabbing the back of my leg, and I'm looking at him like, you fucker, and I keep kicking him. So he decides to leave me alone. I finally spit on him. So he steps over in front of George, our bass player. Starts grabbing George, same thing. George looks at him and goes, dude, stop. And he reaches up and grabs George's arm. If you watch the fight, you can see him reach up and kind of pull George's arm.
Well, this went on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, like you see, you don't see him in the video. You don't see him bothering me and shit. Like I kind of, it was like pre whatever. So George just had enough, dude. Freaking, he grabbed George's arm. And,
no, he grabbed him by the knee and pulled him down. George dropped down.
I said all that. And then he reached up and tried to grab
George. George almost fell to the ground. The guy pulled his leg so hard.
I want to hear both versions.
Wait, what?
He's a drummer. He don't know.
Yeah, behind everybody.
He's going like this. But dude, and then George's attitude just started punching him, and once that happened, the crowd just swarmed onto that. I threw my guitar. I just dove on top of the pile, and I'm just punching everybody in sight. The friggin' Yeti, this big tall dude, just grabs me up, and I'm like, oh, he's my friend. Don't swing at him. He throws me back up on stage. He's like, dude, stop. And we got rid of this guy. I grabbed the microphone. I'm cursing out the whole entire bar. 4 of us are ready to fight like 200 people from New York. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then
Rochester people are pussies, so I don't think we'll have that much.
Well, actually, everybody was really cool. It was just
from
one dude.
Look at me.
I mean, everybody was really cool. It was just this one thing. Because then afterwards, I thought we were going to get kicked out. Everything was done. We were only like 2 songs in, and everybody's like, "Nah, man, you guys rule. Keep going. Keep playing. Here you go." And George like broke his finger, and I mean, it was like all huge, but we kicked it out, dude. The rest of the show went great. It was just crazy freaking
one dude.
Crazy madness. And it sucks because he was really into it. And it's like you watch him, he's like getting it on. It's just got too drunk, and like he kept pulling on me, dude. I kicked him a few times, and then when he pulled on George, and then tried to pull his arm when he was playing, you see like his arm go clank. George just had enough, dude. He brought him right down to the ground and just beat the piss out of him. It was great.
And George's like the most calm guy ever.
Yeah.
So
and avoids confrontation at all costs. George does not. I mean, he's not even in the band anymore, but at that time, like freaking, it was crazy.
Did you kick him out for fighting with people?
What's up?
Did you kick him out for fighting with people?
No. We didn't kick him out. He actually left. It's all good. Him and our old guitar players formed another band, so it's all good.
Called Crowd Fighters?
Seeds of Perdition, actually. It's
Crowd beaters.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You know, it's kind of funny that's the one you on your like. Oh, they have videos. Let's see the videos.
That's it. That's all it's there.
No, if you type in Polterchrist, it's about
No. On your Facebook page. That's the only one that's on there.
We barely make it.
You might want to update that one. It's just like, oh, let's see some bands. Let's see what they sound like. Oh, there they are, and they're being the shit out of their fans. Yeah.
Oh,
That's it. The Deceptors is video is the only video that's in there.
I should have my girl do that crap because you see like videos on Facebook. I'm like, I can't. No. Okay. You hand everybody else a button to it,
On that last gas, we're going to take a quick break.